Here we go again. We are over halfway through. We are on track number 5. Track number 5. That it hits me a little bit, and we keep talking about the story for the whole album, about how we get started, how we break through ourselves, living that life with a loved one that you have, and going out and having fun, drinking up and having fun, and making sure you're smart about getting home and all that kind of stuff. And when I wrote this next one, I was really this one's tough, because when I was writing this one, I was doing some research on, hey, I want to write a military song, and I don't know how to do it properly because there's so many good ones out there. I mean, in my head, Toby Keith, Alan Jackson. There's a bunch of them that are out there that just talk about, like, the World Trade Centers, things coming out for military. There's Lee Greenwood's song that has a lot of political background now, but before it was politically oriented, it was one of those songs where it's like hits you in the heart a little bit because of the patriotism of the song itself. And I was trying to come up with, how do I write this? How do I make people understand about who this is about? And we're talking about the people that are in uniform, because the uniform does matter. When you put the uniform on and you're the military, it's one of those things where you sit there and go, this means more to me than anything else. And you put aside your family. You kind of sometimes have to leave your family, and they have to live their lives without you for a while, and you have to go and do your thing, and you have to, like, just embody that presence of being in the military. And it's a very small group of people. Yeah, the military is big, but the world's even bigger, and it's a very small group, like that 0.1% of people that are in the military that put that uniform on, that does the sacrifices, does what they need to do. And I didn't want to write that just about, I just put on a uniform and I deploy, and the military is out there. What I wanted to do is I wanted to write a song about something that truly happened, that this is based on a real story. And Mandy's in chat, and she can relate to this a little bit more. And I want to read this part of it because I wanted to bring this in here. Army Sergeant First Class Alwyn Cashe, he got the Medal of Honor because of his selfishness and dedication for his fellow soldiers. In the article, it says, as a platoon sergeant in the 3rd Brigade, 3rd Infantry Division, Cashe was in command of Bradley vehicle. During a night patrol near Samarra, Iraq, during the expedition, an IED, basically improvised explosion device, struck the vehicle. And it says in quotes, the patrol team was still taking enemy fire, but Cashe thought only of his fellow soldiers trapped in the troop compartment, because he got knocked out of the vehicle. So he needs to get these people out because the vehicle is on fire and all that kind of stuff. And he said that he pushed his own pain aside and returned to the burning vehicle and pulled 4 soldiers free. His love for his 3rd Infantry Division ran deep. No soldier is going to be left behind on his watch. Bradley erupted in flames, and Cashe, drenched in fuel, pushed through the fire to rescue his fellow soldiers in Iraq and an Iraq interpreter. Although Cashe had burns on 72% of his body, he refused medical attention until he carried all his troops to safety. Cashe would later, unfortunately, succumb to the injuries at Brooke Army Medical Center in San Antonio. So in 2021, Joe Biden, no matter if you're for him or not, he gave him the Medal of Honor because he went back in and saved these soldiers from the vehicle. And when I read that, and I was like, there's got to be some way, somehow I can write this. And that's how I kind of turn this in, because it kind of talks about the military, how people are missing, how people are gone, deployed, how sometimes we miss a flight, how much sometimes we miss a dinner, we miss a ball game that our kids are playing in. And this is where we're all at. We kind of miss those things when we deploy, or even sometimes we are assigned to go, even in the Guard where I was at, and I've deployed 3 times to Saudi Arabia, to Kuwait, and to UAE. I missed all these things. because the last deployment I was on in 2019, my kids were here and I missed all the things that they were going through, and it was hard for my wife to do that. So to do all that kind of stuff and miss those things, I wanted to write a song, something about that. And so this is a song called How Are My Boys, because that's how Cashe asked about how are my boys, because he saved them and he wanted to know how they were. And this is you can tell them let's just say that there's a connection between Mandy and the person that was actually in the vehicle, because Cashe pulled out a family member out of the vehicle and saved his life. And I did not know any of that. And I didn't know if I could or not, so thank you so much for that. But it's just a small world when you bring people together, and then all of a sudden, hey, this is the song that I'm writing. And I was talking about it one time on stream, and she's like, do you mean this person? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, my family member was in the vehicle and he saved his life. And I was like, oh shit. So when you hear this song, you might it might hit you a little harder than most people. So understand when you're listening to this, know that the folks from the vehicle survived because of him, and because he was burned and covered in fuel and basically hit fire, he basically died. So this is a song called How Are My Boys?